Members of the Fly Music Society, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do something special. Today we are doing a comedy reaction, which I haven't done yet on the channel. I'm a big fan of comedy. I grew up watching Comedy Central in kind of high school and college, so I was a big fan of comedy, went to a lot of comedy shows. I had heard of Burnham since I was in high school when he started becoming pretty prominent. Him and I think are the same age, and he became pretty prominent like right around 16, right? But I didn't really watch any of his stuff. It just wasn't as, it's weird, but it just wasn't my cup of tea from the stuff I saw. As a musician, you would think that I would like his stuff, but I just didn't dive deep enough into it. And then I watched the Inside special on Netflix, and boy, did that change my perception of Bo in a drastic way. The way he's able to take kind of the comedy, but also like the deeper, darker, I guess, aspects of life and put it into a comedy special like that. And you guys also got to see him kind of going through that mental journey of being locked inside for so long. It was just a really kind of cool, almost like documentary comedy special of just the human mental space of, of somebody going through the pandemic and trying to get their work out there. And then I learned that it was also his first pretty much anything, any special, any kind of performance after taking a mental break for 5 years. So it was very interesting. I still have yet to see kind of the deleted scenes or outtakes that they released, so I might want to react to some of those. But this is the Kanye Rant, Can't Handle This Kanye Rant, from his Make Happy special on Netflix. I was told that this was his last performance before he took that 5-year break, and you can kind of see like his mental state in this particular song. I'm guessing it's a song, but I'm excited to get into this. I'm excited to get into comedy on the channel too. These are going to start off as member only videos, and then if they get a good response from the members, I will eventually make them available to the public. Speaking of members, great segue there. Members are live on my YouTube and on my Patreon. They are both equally the same in regards to what perks you get. It's just a matter if you want to put your money into YouTube or into Patreon. Perks include exclusive videos like this one specifically made for the members, but it also includes other exclusive video series like my Bands You Should Know series, which I'm super excited about. But you also get early access to videos. You get uncut videos. You can also get first dibs on reaction videos that I react to. So lots of cool perks there. Again, it helps support the channel. It helps me kind of upgrade my equipment, bring stuff to you that I otherwise wouldn't be able to without your help. Not expected, not required, but greatly appreciated if you want to support the channel. So thank you so much for that. Without further ado, let's get into this Bo Burnham Can't Handle This Kanye Rant. I also realized from the Netflix special that he's like super talented in songwriting, which I guess makes sense because when you're writing a comedy special, you're technically writing lyrics. It's just spoken word lyrics, and he was very good at creating songs that were enjoyable. So let's get into it.
I went to Kanye West's recent tour, the Yeezus tour. It was a big, dramatic, theatrical show. He did something very strange at the end of the show where he ranted for like 20 minutes. It was kind of a rant, kind of a song. He had auto-tune on his voice, and there was an instrumental in the background. Like this instrumental. Talked about his problems. Race. Power. His $90 t-shirts weren't selling very well. That was most of it. And I watched this.
One of the things I do like about Bo is how like super blunt he is. I saw him in it's like a round table that they do a lot of these like celebrity interviews with a bunch of different actors or whatever. And he was there with like Ray Romano and a bunch of different like, I guess, comedy moguls, right? And he felt so out of place. You can tell that he was using comedy in that to kind of feel comfortable, but he was very blunt, very like almost like British humor type of humor he had in that. And it comes out in cases like this. Kanye is complaining that people aren't buying his $90 t-shirts that, if I remember right, had like holes in it and stuff. It was just ridiculous, over the top ridiculous.
I thought maybe I could do this. I'll be honest, my problems not as high stakes as Kanye's, but I have problems. And maybe a crowd in New York would be nice enough to indulge me. So as we get to the end of a night of theater and comedy and sweaters coming on and off, I got one question for you.
Sweaters coming on and off because you're in a theater. You get too cold, you take it off. I mean, too hot, you take it off. Then you get too cold, you put it back on. Look, every time I'm in the movie theater, that's always what happens.
And that question is, cannot say my shit.
Looked like he had some type of pedal he's using to control all that.
I got lots of shit to say. I got lots of shit to say. I can't fit my hand inside a Pringle can. I have a huge amount of trouble fitting my hand inside of a Pringle can. I can get my hand like 4 inches into the can, but then I have to tilt the can into my mouth. But by that point, a bunch of crumbs have accumulated at the bottom of the can, so they all go spilling onto my face. What I'm trying to say is the diameter of Pringle cans is way too small.
True.
Again, the diameter of Pringle cans is way too small. 2 radiuses of a Pringle can is way too small. If you feel me, put your hands up. Come on. If you feel me, put your hands up. Look at all these hands that are way too big to fit inside a Pringle can. Your hands are too big to fit inside a Pringle cans. Your hands are too big to fit inside a Pringle can. You think you can? I know you can. You think you can? Pringles, listen to the people. I am sure 90% of the complaint letters you get are about the width of your cans. Just make them wider.
Very subtle. The way he wrote it there, I'm sure it's intentional. He said, Pringles listen to the people, right? Pringles people. Not a direct rhyme, but it does rhyme depending on how you say it. And the way he said it, it did rhyme. So very subtle writing. I feel that it's really cool.
The letters you get are about the width of your cans. Just make them wider. I've overdone the Pringles thing. Sorry. I want to have a daughter. Want to have a daughter.
Gonna get deep?
So I can finally have someone around the house who can fit their hands in a Pringle can. Yes, I'm still on the Pringle cans thing. Yeah. I'll move on.
I have a daughter. That's a great idea.
But that is priority numero uno. I don't go to the gym because I'm self-conscious about my body. But I'm self-conscious about my body because I don't go to the gym. Irony can be so painful.
Oh, I like that one. Nice. I want to talk about that line. I don't go to the gym because I'm self-conscious about my body, but I'm self-conscious about my body because I don't go to the gym. I feel like that is like super ironic, right? I'm one of those people where I don't go to the gym just because I like instant gratification. I want to be able to lift weights and then like immediately see my muscles, right? It's very like unrealistic, but that's just how I am. I don't want to be in pain for 3-4 months straight before I finally see like results. I'm not one of those people that likes the pain of working out. I hate it. I hate that feeling. And that's why I'm getting like the dad bod right now, but I digress. Irony can be painful, like irony. It's ironic that, you know, he doesn't want to go to the gym because he's self-conscious, but he's self-conscious because he doesn't go to the gym. But also like iron, like pumping iron is painful. Like it's a double entendre there. Very subtle again, but I'm pretty sure that that was intentional.
But I'm self-conscious about my body because I don't go to the gym. Irony can be so painful. That's a catch-22.
I think he's controlling all that auto-tune with the pedals.
I went to Chipotle. Went to Chipotle.
He's controlling the lights too. That's crazy doing all this live.
Got myself a chicken burrito. I went down the line. I got like all these ingredients, and then at the end of the line, the guy tried to wrap the burrito, but half of the shit inside the burrito spilled out.
Why do they do that?
I was like, dude.
Real, like, I go to Chipotle. First of all, if you're going to Chipotle for like an authentic Mexican burrito, you're crazy. But I do go to Chipotle and I want a burrito. Like, I'm asking for all these things and you put it in that burrito, and when you fold it, like half of it falls out, but they don't take it off the foil after they roll the burrito. So then when you open the foil, you either have to open it and just peel as you go, or if you take the entire foil out, then all of the shit comes out. And I don't want to eat it with a fork because I don't eat burritos with a fork. I eat burrito with my hands. Let's not do that motion. But I don't eat burritos with my hands. With a fork. I want to eat it with my hands. Learn how to stuff it to where stuff doesn't fall out.
Wrap the burrito, but half of the shit inside the burrito spilled out. He still wrapped it. I was like, dude, you should have warned me. You're a burrito expert. You should have told me halfway through. Hey, man, you might be reaching maximum burrito capacity here. Do you think I want a messy burrito? No one wants a messy burrito. The whole appeal
Preach.
of a burrito is that all of the ingredients are contained within the confines of the tortilla. I wouldn't have gotten half this shit if I knew it was gonna fit in the burrito. All right, look. I wouldn't have got the lettuce if I knew it wouldn't fit. Wouldn't have got the cheese if I knew it wouldn't fit. Wouldn't have got the peppers if I knew they wouldn't fit. I wouldn't have got.
I like how like this is essentially nonsense, but it's super catchy. I bumped this in my car for sure. I'm waiting for it to get deep though. In Bo Burnham fashion, it's half of it's comedy, but then it ends up being relatable to the deep part of the song and it all relates. I'm waiting for that.
Half of it like I'm okay with small mistakes. If you got no more chicken, I'll take pork. But I'll blow my dad before I eat a burrito with a fork.
I wouldn't go that far, bro. Look at the wind in his face. And he's got to be controlling everything, right? With that little pedal on the bottom. That's crazy.
I think it's time that we break it down.
Whoa. Sticking the mic in his mouth.
I can sit here and pretend like my biggest problems are Pringle cans and burritos. The truth is my biggest problem's you. I want to please you, but I want to stay true to myself. I want to give you the night out that you deserve, but I want to say what I think and not care.
Man, see? And now we're getting deep really quickly. I am a musician, but I used to be a performative musician, and I used to be we created an album, long story, but we used to perform a lot. The problem with performance art or content creation is that you do heavily rely on the acceptance and the entertainment of outsiders, right? This whole channel is based on viewership. While I don't like to look at viewership, it is based on what you guys like to watch. If I post a video and it gets like 50 views as opposed to the rest of them that are getting like over 1,000 views, the one that has 50 views, I'm probably not going to post another one like that because it doesn't have enough appeal to my audience, and therefore the channel suffers from it, right? It's this whole concept where I want to do what I like to do, but I have to concede a little bit to what you guys want to watch. It's just the nature of being a content creator. Same thing with performance art and performing on stage. Like, you can play all these songs that you want to play, but if the audience isn't feeling it or they're not feeling you, you got to change it up. You got to figure out how to get the audience into it. He's essentially saying his problem is the audience. Like, he loves them. He wants to give them the night that they deserve, but he also wants to be able to speak his mind. So it's this catch-22 again. We had said it earlier. It's a catch-22 where it's like, he wants to be himself, but he also wants to entertain, but he knows that if he just unleashes all his issues on the audience, that it's not entertaining for them. We're getting deep, Bo.
You deserve, but I want to say what I think and not care what you think about it. A part of me loves you. Part of me hates you.
Oof.
Part of me needs you.
Yep.
Part of me fears you.
100%.
I don't think that I can handle this right now. Handle this right now. I don't think that I can handle this right now.
Yeah, I just noticed it kind of does tie in. That does tie into the Pringle can, right? Handle, like hand in the Pringle can. He can't handle this right now, but also trying to fit yourself into too small of a space. Bo's brain, he's mentally a genius when it comes to this stuff. But comedy, no offense to comedians, but you got to fit in a small space with your comedy. You can't be too bombastic or too out there with your comedy, or else it's just not going to resonate with a lot of people. So he has all these ideas and stuff that he wants to fit into comedy that he just can't. And I'm sure it pains him that he can't.
I don't think that I can handle this right. I don't think that I can handle this right. I don't think that I can handle.
Same thing. My mind's going now. Same thing with the burrito, right? You have all these ingredients you want to put in there, but it keeps falling out. You're wasting those ingredients. If all that's going to be wasted, why put all of those ingredients in there then? Try to make it fit. That's what he's trying to do with his art. He's trying to take all of these thoughts and stuff that he has and put it in a consumable way to where it's not going to be missed and it's not going to be oversaturated. It's crazy the artistic way he takes the comedy part and puts it into the deep part and has them relate.
I don't think that I can handle this right. I look at them, they're just staring at me like, come and watch the skinny kid with a steadily declining mental health. And laugh as he attempts to give you what he cannot give himself. Think that I can handle this right.
I think that's the deepest Bo's ever got. Hear and watch him try to give you what he can't give himself. He's giving them laughter, happiness. He can't give himself happiness. That's more deep than I expect him to go, to be honest. I'm gonna let this finish before I say anything else because it's getting super deep.
He attempts to give you what he cannot give himself. Think that I can handle this right. I don't think that I can handle this right. But they don't even know the herb of this right. But they don't even know the herb of it. But I know I'm not a doctor. I'm a pussy. I put on a silly show. I should probably just shut up and do my job. So here I go. When I got the letters, if I knew it wouldn't fit.
Like that silhouette.
Cheese, if I knew it wouldn't fit. When I got the peppers, if I knew they wouldn't.
Back to the burrito. Saying he wouldn't be doing all these things if it didn't matter.
Anything if you just make it funny, make it rhyme. And if they still don't understand you, then you will run it one more time. Think that I can handle this right.
Crazy lights.
Handle this right. Handle this right. You don't even know the half of this right now. Right now. Handle this right. Handle this right. Handle this right now.
Thank you. Good night. I hope you're happy.
Whoa. Thank you. I hope you're happy. And he dropped the mic. I feel like those has or whatever they were, whatever sounds he's making at the end was like, whether it's depicting or was real, like him mentally breaking, right? Let me go back.
You don't even know the half of this right now. Right now.
Yeah.
Handle this right. Handle this right. Handle this right now.
Thank you. Good night. I hope you're happy.
Man. That was deeper than I expected it to be. Yeah. Imagine that having the balls to admit that you, in a way, hate your audience as well as love them. He was ahead of his time and is. Man, that was... It's kind of crazy to think that we've round robined here in the entertainment space. You know, where comedy was where you would go for like a fun time, to get out of your head, to just enjoy life, enjoy laughing. And music was where people would be deep and emotional, right? And the world's flipped itself on its head, and music now is where you go to just shut your brain off and just have kind of dumbed down music to listen to just have a good time and laugh and dance and stuff. And comedy is now getting more deep, right? It's because comedy now is handling a lot more of the politics. They're making jokes out of it, but when you handle the politics, you're also handling like the deep parts of that too, right? You can see where his mental health is at this point, even though he said it, like just the way he's acting and what he's talking about. I understand why he had to take a break for 5 years. This is crazy, man. I do feel like Bo is kind of a legend and a genius for sure. I want to get into like the inside outtakes because I've been hearing that there's a lot of those that are darker than what was in the actual thing, but we're gonna do Bo Burnham on this channel. We're gonna get into kind of deeper his catalog and stuff, but this was a turn that I didn't expect. I didn't expect the turn to be this deep. I'll say that. So if you guys like this, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It helps the channel a lot. If there's other Bo Burnham stuff you'd like me to watch, making sure you guys know I did see all of the inside, just didn't see the outtakes. So if there's anything else Bo Burnham wise you want me to watch, leave it in the comments below. I really do appreciate the support you guys have been showing me. Please do remember that good vibes are contagious.